Hi, I'm Ron Jones from the Lean Berets. We're in Tucson, Arizona. I'm with Enid Whitaker, Managing Director of Bonnie Prudden Myotherapy and veteran physical education teacher. And Enid and I have been talking about moving together in time and group exercise dynamics and what that does to people psychologically, to be moving together at the same time in a certain kind of a beat or rhythm. And she's going to talk to us about a hack, if you will, a modern term, or a shortcut to get people together faster at the beginning of a class, and how you and Bonnie used to do that with music.
Well, there are several things that contribute to having a group move together, and one is uniforms.
I have talked about this with Eric Kenyon, one of my strength conditioning coaches, about the importance of a uniform.
Yeah.
Right.
And the other is music.
Uh-huh.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, I had 9 kids here, from ages 5 to 13. I had never seen them before, and they didn't know one another. But I put the music on, they had their little blue and white uniforms on, and they all started moving together. And all of a sudden, they were a group of friends, without any effort. So the music, you have to have a good instructor too, that helps.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
And you have to know how to introduce you have to know how to present it so that everybody can do it, even if they've never seen you before and never knew what you were going to do. So you start with simple things and simple music, like a march or something, that you can't.
You can feel it. You kind of know what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
With a little bit.
So
of
they don't
coaching.
have to worry about that, and then you introduce a simple movement, and as you see them doing it, then you complicate the move. You challenge. But it's all change, challenge, and rhythm. The same thing over again that Bonnie used to say: change, challenge, and rhythm.
Right.
She also used to say, if the subject has true value, if you can teach it simply, and if the teacher believes in it, the children will learn. So the children can be any age. They can be 104, they can be 5.
Right.
And so it was amazing to me. It wasn't amazing, but it was fun to see that what I knew actually happened.
Right.
With these.
Well, a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
It still works.
These 9 kids, yes.
Yeah, it still works with kids today.
Yeah.
And you're talking about music not just as background, because a lot of times in fitness classes today it's just blaring and people aren't really tapped into the actual beat and rhythm of it to time the movements. But you're talking about music used in a different way, and we've done some pieces on that in the past.
Right. So the music tells you what to do, and it tells you how many times to do it, and it tells you to keep the beat. So if you hear the music and you have a good teacher to follow, then everybody's going to be doing the same thing at the same time. And nowadays, educators are so worried about making groups work together and making everybody feel comfortable in the classroom and so forth and so on. And if they understood the power of music to move people together, because everybody has rhythm, whether they know it or not.
Right.
I mean, your breathing is rhythm, your heart rate is rhythm, your speech is rhythm. And then you feel the rhythm. And music is the last thing to go when you're older. I mean, people in nursing homes sing and hum when they don't speak.
Right.
So,
I've done some tribal drumming education, and there's a thing inside of us that has a beat, and we're all drummers in some way and form.
well, Oliver Sacks, who was a famous music person in many different ways and philosopher, did an experiment where he had people with now I can't remember the name of it, but it's awkward moves and exchanges that come out of the mouth that don't mean anything. And he gave them all drums, and when they were drumming, they had none of those symptoms.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it's therapeutic.
Exactly.
Right. And they've used drumming today. The Rebo company has some wonderful drumming programs for autistic children. And some of the stories coming out of that, they were able to talk when they haven't talked in 6 months or whatever. So there's something about beat and doing this with a group of people, and something I've learned studying the historical programs and systems was that there was so much value in all for one, one for all, a group working together for a common cause that was noble. And of course you can pervert that and use it for evil, but I'm talking about groups and societies and people that did this for a noble purpose, to make the world a better place and to be physically fit, and also to create better citizens. That's really what all this is about. So thank you for that look back on moving together in time and the value of a uniform and being a cohesive group. And I think, and at least in America, we could use a lot of that today.